It's Christmas time here in Charlotte, and you want to know what activities you need to be doing to help get you and your family in the holiday spirit. That's exactly what we're going to cover here in this video. We're going to cover all the activities that you need to know about that will help you get in the holiday season in and around Charlotte. Let's get into it. So the first activity we're going to be talking about today is Winterfest at Carowinds. Carowinds is our amusement park here in Charlotte. It does straddle the borders of North and South Carolina. So if you are in, say, University area, which is the north area of Charlotte, it's going to be about a 20-minute drive. If you're down in Rock Hill, South Carolina, it's going to be about a 20-minute drive. Anywhere else in Charlotte, you're gonna be about 10 minutes. What I will say is be prepared to wait in lines at this particular event. There are gift shops turn into a holiday themed shop. The music turns holiday themed. They even have a Christmas parade at the end of every night. So there's a lot of holiday spirit happening here. You've got holiday treats and shops and holiday themed games. There's an ice skating rink, Christmas parade, carolers walking around. So it does have a ton of holiday spirit there. So tickets for this can cost anywhere from about $20 to $50, depends on if you're a child. Do you have season passes to the amusement park? Are you a vet? So there's a lot of variations that you can get. Parking, if you do not have a season pass, is about $14. And there are gonna be lines there. So if you do want to go and you want to see all the holiday activities and holiday scenes, I would recommend getting a fast pass if you are still interested in riding those rides as well. Now, I have not personally been to the Christmas event here, but I can speak from the Halloween event that they also hold during the month of October. The influx of people, the lines get really long. So if you don't get a fast pass, you might be able to ride like 2 or 3 rides. So if you're wanting to go for the holiday festivities and you don't really care about riding the rides, then don't worry about a fast pass. Just go and enjoy the lights and the music and the goodies. But if you still want to ride the rides, you might want to consider getting the fast pass so you can ride more than just a few rides. The next scene or attraction is the Billy Graham Library. So the Billy Graham family was here in Charlotte, and their family home is still local to Charlotte. So it is now a library. It is an attraction, and it's gorgeous. It has gardens and it has tons of acres of green space around it. They have restored the family home. They have a gorgeous gift shop on grounds. It's turned into a library, a museum, an attraction, and it's a really good place to go spend the day. What happens during Christmas is a ton. They have a live nativity scene. Obviously, it's decorated for Christmas. They have Ruth's Attic, which is a gift shop turned Christmas. They have a petting zoo. They have a Christmas show, a Christmas dinner even. I mean, the list just goes on. Admissions into the event is free. If you want a carriage ride costs $6 for a child, $12 for an adult. And if you want like a Christmas dinner, the Christmas dinner is about $35 if you're an adult. You do need to make reservations in advance, but that's the only thing that you need to reserve in advance. If you just want to go walk around and see the Christmas sights, you can do that. It's free admissions, and you could spend a couple hours there just kind of celebrating, getting into the holiday spirit. Next is going to be McAdenville. This is just outside of Charlotte. It is actually, McAdenville is its own town. It's about a 25-minute drive from Charlotte. You go right up the interstate and you're right there. If you have not heard of the name McAdenville, you might better know it as Christmastown, USA. That's right, it is a small town of very Charleston style homes where you've got the front porches and you've got the pillars. Most of them have balconies, and you've got the stairs leading up to it. The houses are gorgeous. They have a main street in there, and I swear it has to be in their HOA rules. I have not seen their HOA rules and documentation, but every house, 95% of the houses on that main road are decked out in holiday lights. And I am not talking just like a string on their front porch. I am talking shrubs and Santa sleighs and elves and deers are in the front yard. And a couple years they even had like a full picture display of a Santa sleigh was in the yard, and they had music going on. We actually saw an engagement happen there. So it's a really, really cool thing to go do. They have a lake there, and you get out, so you can drive through it. It will take you a lot longer to drive through it because traffic does get pretty heavy up in that area. So if you get up there early enough, which we do, we always head out there a little bit earlier, around like 4:30, 5 o'clock, which I know sounds pretty early. I believe the festivities and the lights come on around like 6 or 6:30, but you will wait in a ton of traffic, and that traffic goes back onto the interstate. So We always try to get up there a little bit earlier when we do go. There is an Italian restaurant up there. It is delicious. It is a smaller restaurant. It is the only one there's another restaurant that I've never seen them open during this time, but the Italian restaurant is the only restaurant that is open during this time. So we always go. We happen to get lucky and find a seat at the bar when my husband and I go, and we'll share a pizza and we'll get a glass of wine and we'll just kind of wait. That way we found parking and we walk the main street. You have a lake there that's in the center, kind of like in the downtown area. Before you go to the main street, there's a lake and it's surrounded by trees, and they have the trees all lit up. There's a church there that's all lit up and they play the bells. I mean, it just really is cool. The firehouse oftentimes will serve hot cocoa, or if you go all the way down to the end of the road, there's like a recreation facility or like a clubhouse that they'll have hot cocoa being served. The whole community really comes together and pulls together. They don't mind it. Take photos. They've got photo ops. It really is cool. Again, if you just want to ride in your car, it does get a little cold up here, so sometimes that is the best bet, especially if you have little ones and you don't want to drag them out in the cold. Be prepared to wait. It will take you probably at least 2 to 2.5 hours from the time the traffic gets backed up by the time you drive through and you can get out of it. So be prepared. Bring some snacks. Bring some hot chocolate on your own. Use the restroom first. There is no like restroom stops on the way there when you get there, and put some Christmas music on and just bear through it. They do have Santa Claus walking around, but it is a really cool town to see. The homeowners do a really good job of participating through it, and you could spend a good couple hours just walking around through the community and exploring all the Christmas lights. So that is McAdenville, or better yet known as Christmastown, USA. The next event, we are going to tap into some of Charlotte's culture, I guess. We're going to go over to Concord and we're going to touch base at the Carolina Speedway. So as you know, Mooresville or Charlotte is home of NASCAR, so we can't leave that out for the Christmas holiday. So Atrium Health puts on the largest drive-through Christmas show here at the Concord Motor Speedway. So it has over 5 million lights. It is a 4-mile course. You drive through it. They have fire pits. You can roast some s'mores. They also have a Christmas village there. Lines at this one do take a little bit of time, but it is all a synchronized light show. You turn your radio to one of the local stations here, and the lights just go off to the beat of the music. So tickets here start at about $35. You can get a fast pass if you'd like to go through a little bit quicker. But this is also one of the favorites for kids, especially on those really cold nights, or if it happens to be a rainy night and you just don't want to get out of the car, but you still want to do something a little festive and Christmas. It's about a 25, we'll say on average, about a 25-minute drive up to Concord. Obviously, if you're a bit further south, it's going to take you a little bit longer, but for the most part, if you're here in the Charlotte area, you can get to the Speedway in about 25-30 minutes. So don't worry about bundling up. You can just get in the car, turn on the radio to that station. They'll let you know what the station is when you purchase your tickets. You can purchase your tickets online, so you really don't ever have to step foot outside of your car if you don't want to. And again, that is the Carolina Motor Speedway drive-through Christmas show. The next one we're going to talk about is Light Up the Nights. So this one is held at the Truist Ballpark in Uptown Charlotte. So the Knight Stadium here is gorgeous. It is our baseball stadium here in Charlotte. It has a gorgeous view of Uptown Charlotte. And they deck the stadium out. So under the breezeways where it's covered, Chick-fil-A is the sponsor, and they have tons. I don't even know how many Christmas trees. It has to be like 50 plus Christmas trees. I'm not even kidding you. All decorated differently, all lit up, some blue, some green, some multicolored, some white. Some are flocked with snow, some aren't. But you walk through this Christmas tree like alley. Then you've got a ton of lights. You've got letters to Santa. Santa's workshop is there. You can sit with Santa. Then they also have local vendors like pop-up shops. They've got a bakery and Christmas ornaments there. And they've got just a ton of different local vendors. I mean, anything from alpaca socks to Christmas ornaments to a sports themed tent. So a ton of local vendors. They change every year. But they have those, so you can get some last minute gifts if you would like. You can write letters to Santa. They have Christmas music on the entire time. And then down in the ballpark, like on the field, they have it covered with a white covering, making it look like snow, but you can go tubing, or you can also do ice skating. So admissions into the park or into the stadium is $10. That's if you just want to walk around and just enjoy the Christmas the Christmas displays. If you want to go ice skating or if you want to go tubing, I believe those tickets are $20. Don't quote me on that. I have never done it. I don't feel like risking a broken wrist or a broken ankle. Not this year anyways, maybe next year. But that is really something cool. Parking is located around the stadium, depends on where you park. It can range anywhere from $5 and up. It's an affordable activity for the entire family if you want. It's great for adults. My husband and I went and we had a great time. And they also have a ton of activities there for kids. They've got some Christmas themed, hot chocolate, and I think it was like Mrs. Claus concession stand. So they really do turn the entire stadium into a Christmas scene. If you don't have children and you want an adult beverage, don't worry. They also offer like spiked hot chocolate, spiked coffee, spiked cider. So it really is a cool event, and it's also a really pretty way to see Charlotte at night. So that is one of my favorite things about the stadium, is that you have this gorgeous view of uptown Charlotte. So uptown Charlotte does a really good job at lighting up the skyscrapers based on the season that it's happening. So aside from the stadium being completely lit up with Christmas, you also have a gorgeous view of uptown Charlotte that is also all lit up for Christmas. So one of my highly recommended activities, definitely check it out. It's close, it's local, it's affordable, and it's a good way to spend a couple hours on an evening. Another activity that we have here in Charlotte is Winter at Whitewater. So this is located at the Whitewater Center, which is a really cool place here in Charlotte. It is year-round one of my favorite places. What it is it's located just outside of the Loop of Charlotte. It is a man-made facility that was originally made for the U.S. Olympic whitewater team to go and practice. It is a huge attraction here for locals and out-of-town people. It has a river, obviously a river going through it that has different levels of rapids. They've got food, they have 8 different food stalls. They've got a beer garden, they've got ropes courses and zip lines. It really is a cool thing. And what happens during the winter, obviously it's too cold here to do any water activities per se. So they turn it into a winter wonderland. They freeze the pond, and they have I believe it's 4 different skating areas. Some are for hockey, some are for just free skating, some is for a little bit more aggressive skating. They call it shred the ice. So you have different styles of ice skating that you can do over there. You can just take a walk through a trail that's illuminated with Christmas lights. You can light up the canyon, which is one of their ropes courses. They have bridges and stuff that they light up. They have a few different local vendors there for a little Christmas market. They have an Airstream on the ice rink serving hot chocolate and other Christmas goodies. So it's really cool. It's a great way to be outdoors, a great way to kind of see some nature during Christmas. They also will oftentimes bring in Christmas trees from up north a little bit. You can pick your own tree kind of thing, but it's better than going to Home Depot and picking out of a tent. So this is a really cool part of town that you can go check out. It's also just a really cool thing to go see, and it's just a different feel when it's lit up at Christmas. So that is one of my favorite things. It is free to get in and walk around. Parking, I believe they did just increase it. It used to be $6. I think I heard somewhere that they just raised it to 10 or 12, but you do have to pay for parking unless if you're a season pass holder. But to get into the facility is totally free. Now to do the activities, like ice skating or something, you're gonna have to pay a fee for that. But it is a really cool experience. It's great for couples, it's great for families, it's great for singles, it's great for dogs. Yes, you can bring your dog there. It is dog friendly everywhere you go. They're actually creating a specific dog park at the Whitewater Center. It's not yet open, but that'll probably be something that they incorporate to it in the upcoming years. It'll be really cool. So that is Winter at Whitewater at the Whitewater Center here in Charlotte. So those are the larger items, the larger kind of activities or sites that are here in Charlotte to do during the Christmas time. There's a few other ones that you can do. OMB is a local brewery here. They are one of the first breweries in Charlotte. I believe they were the first brewery here in Charlotte, but they have one of the largest beer gardens here, and they turn it into a Christmas market every year. It goes on, I believe, the entire month of December. I think it starts the very last weekend in November, but they've got live music. They light up the whole thing with Christmas lights. They have tons and tons of local vendors, from David French, who's a local painter here, clothing boutiques to local honey to laser edge wood shops. I mean, you name it, they have it all. It's just a really cool thing. It's free to do. If you want to grab a drink, grab a drink. You can walk around, you meet people. They have larger fire pits throughout the beer garden set up. If you don't really want to do a necessary activity, go look at Christmas lights. Hop in your car, go over to Myers Park or Dilworth neighborhoods. Those are two of my favorites to go look at Christmas lights and just drive around. It's really pretty. South Charlotte, all the plazas, the mall, Phillips Place, they all do a really good job at lighting up the entryways and the trees and keeping it really festive. So even if you just want a super casual night and go in your pajamas and bring your own hot chocolate, your spiked hot chocolate, spiked coffee, whatever you want, and just load the family up and go in the car and take a look at Christmas lights. Charlotte also has a ton of Christmas lights. If you check out websites like Axios, they actually do a list of best Christmas lights. It changes every year. So be sure to hop on there and check out that list of houses. You can literally type in the addresses and go check them out. Some are really pretty. And some are loud and tacky and just fun. So there's a ton of different things that you can do. Some are local right here in Charlotte within a 10-minute drive. Others, you can hop in the car and go for a 35-minute drive, or you can just stay local to your neighborhood and go look at Christmas lights. If you're looking for kind of a weekend trip to do here, if you are kind of like, if you live locally to Charlotte and you just want to get out of town to do something different, hop in the car for a couple-hour drive, go to Bryson City. They've got the Polar Express train, great for kids, but also they do an adult, I believe it's like a whiskey tasting that's Christmas themed, or you can go over to Bowling Rock and they decorate their downtown really Christmassy. Then they've got the ski lifts that the ski resort's not too far from there. So there really is, even if it's not like snowy and feel like Christmas necessarily here, there's a ton of local or weekend trips that you can do to get yourself in the Christmas spirit. If I left anything out, or if you found something that you have experienced and you'd like to share with others, drop it in the comments. Let me know if you've been to any of these places. If you're looking to relocate here to Charlotte, reach out. My team and I would love to help you. Click on our subscribe button, give us a call. Our information is below here on the screen and will be below in our comments. And have a Merry Christmas.